Hey everyone, we are back with a video about building self-confidence. And, you know, it's Halloween. This video is coming to you on Halloween. And I think it's kind of one of those things that this is where people sometimes will go out and explore an alter ego and uh, you know uh, they sometimes are more confident in they're playing a role, and that is something that can help you with being a little bit more confident. People talk about doing that in other videos I've seen, to embody what somebody else does. Like, what would that person do? How would they act in order to, in certain situations, like you can borrow somebody else's confidence. And I think that is actually, can be quite good in kind of navigating your own. But today I'm going to go over three specific points that I think you can add into your life pretty quickly, if not immediately. And so, without further delay, I would like to start with number one, which may sound a little superficial in a way, but it's not, which is to wear clothes that you like and feel good in. That's one part of it. The other component is to think about what you're advertising with that in terms of time, place, things like that. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm quite into fashion and clothing, and I would say that in most situations I overdress just a tad, just because I really like fashion, and I think that's fine. Now, overdressing in certain situations, if you're going hiking, may not be the best thing. But what I'm getting at here with this point is wear things that fit you in a way that not only your personality, but like physically fit you well. There are countless videos on how to do that, and to figure out your body shape and the kinds of things that would look best. But once you get, if you're already into that, you know how to like know those rules and break them all. But more importantly, like, think in terms of if you were to go into a job interview and you were wearing something kind of casual or something that was sort of mismatched or just not very dressed up, versus if you went in and you were wearing something polished with a blazer and a nice pressed shirt underneath, and just something that looks polished and put together, you're not only going to be perceived differently, but you will feel different when you do that. And I would say the same with going on a date. Like, have something that's thought out, but not so, well, I've talked about this in a prior video about don't wear something that's going to cause a wardrobe nightmare. Wear something that you're confident and you feel comfortable with. And, personally, I am always very covered. I love clothes, and I'm not saying that you can't do something that's a little sexy. There's several rules about that, in terms of if, you're a woman or whatever, like, show your legs, but don't show that. I don't know. Those are all rules. But I will say, if you want someone to take you seriously, and you do want, in the sense of you want them to be focused on what you're talking about versus everything else, they'll be looking at that anyway. But like, you can minimize some of that by adding just a touch of class, and I'm not saying that there can't be a touch of trash, because I'm always into that. But in any case, I think that the clothes and dressing in a way that makes you feel confident does help build your confidence. So, number 2, this one's great because everybody has something that they've accomplished. So, I want you to look at all of your accomplishments. Did you go to school and finish? Did you go to college? Okay, and then, or did you raise kids? Okay, because here's the thing. One of my best friends had a baby very young, and she had to drop out of high school to raise her child. But you know what she did have? She is the best mother. She's the best grandmother. She had kids instead. And I'm not saying that people should be a teen mother or whatever, because I think there's a lot of challenges around that. It's very hard. But I'm just saying, in her life, that was her path, and school wasn't her path. And maybe it's even one of those things where you get to the end of high school and you just decide it's not for you, and you go into something else, a trade school or something. But it doesn't matter. Did you go to school? Did you finish high school? Did you end up going to college and finishing that? Or even if you didn't finish college, you tried it out and you learned stuff, and it took you to another path of learning more. So is there something there? So yeah, again, did you raise children? That's a great accomplishment. Did you learn to drive? That one I put on there because personally, I was always afraid to drive. I never really could understand. My mom, for some reason, let my sister and I play in the car when we were kids. We'd just like sit and play in the parked car, like pretend like we were going somewhere. But I never really understood like why. I always was like, why isn't the steering wheel in the middle so you can really see out, Anyway, and then when I was 13, I crashed the car through the fence into the pasture. Oh God. And then, so I was really afraid to drive. So at some point when I was 19, I put some money aside and saved for a tutor, a driving tutor. And then I got my license, and I was like, oh, okay. But that's one. So do you pay your bills on time? Do you have good credit? Did you rebuild your credit? Do you keep a beautiful space for yourself? A nice home, a nice, neat, tidy home, no matter how big or small it is? Or do you have a place, your own place? Or do you have a good living situation with roommates? Were you able to move out, or are you able to help a family member? I mean, there's all these things. Are you a good friend to people? And then there could be other kinds of accomplishments, like, did you always want to write a poem and you wrote it? Or did you write a book of poetry? Or did you write a book, period? Did you did you ever write original music? Or did you learn an instrument? Or did you learn how to paint or sculpt? Or are you good at sports? Did you learn a sport and play sports and get very good at it, and you were on a team, or maybe you later in life were on a team? So there's all kinds of different, this is a small list of examples. Just write down a list of all of the things you've accomplished in life, all the things you've been through. You can also put hardships that you've been through and made it through, because that shows that you've got grit and resilience, and those things are confident building things. There's a channel I want to talk about. It's called Charisma on Command. The guy is his name is Charlie. He's very good at analyzing true confidence and charisma in people and what that entails. And he's very good at showing the difference between arrogance versus true charisma and confidence, and how many people who are truly confident or have true charisma are gregarious or more positive toward other people. They don't make other people the butt of jokes. Now there is an art to that, to That's kind of a funny, there's an art to that, but that's a different thing. And I feel like when you see certain, he really breaks down stuff around the way different celebrities act toward each other, and what makes someone charismatic and well liked, and what makes someone truly look confident versus somebody who's insecure and maybe arrogant. So I will definitely link his channel below. And then the last point that I want to talk about on my list of 3 building self-confidence, these tips are the practical ones that I've been keeping in mind for you, is to ask for what you want with the energy of being direct and an advocate for yourself. So I'm just going to do 2 quick scenarios of asking for a raise, and you will immediately see the difference in energy and whether or not someone's really being an advocate for themselves. So here's one asking for a raise. Hi, sorry. Do you have some time right now? Can I talk to you, or? Oh, you don't? Oh, when can I come back? I just wanted to talk to you about. Okay. Hi, sorry. Do you have a minute now? Oh, you do. Okay. Great. So I've been here for a year now, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed my time here. And I was wondering if you'd consider giving me some a raise, because I've worked pretty hard, and I like working here, and I really feel like I deserve a raise. Okay, here is scenario 2 of asking for a raise. Hi, do you have a few moments? I'd like to talk to you about something. Oh, great. Now is a good time. That's great. Okay, so this year has been absolutely wonderful. I have actually been here a year. I can't believe it's gone by so fast. In this year, I have done quite a lot, and I've really enjoyed working with the team and getting certain things up to speed. And I changed this procedure around, which actually got us these results. And I would love a raise, and I would love to do more this year, even more this year than I did last year, with some of the things that I saw that happened in the prior year that we got up to speed. I think we can do that in some other places as well. So, yeah, if we could talk about that some more. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. All right. So, yeah, so tomorrow at 2:00 you can talk? Wonderful. That sounds great. Okay. All right. I'll see you later. Bye. So, don't apologize. Never say sorry unless there's a real reason for an apology. 1. Make eye contact. It's important to make eye contact and not look down all the time, and to be don't be afraid to take up space, and also when you're asking for something, sometimes in the case of a raise, you may want to bring to the attention of your boss the things that you have been doing and working on, and what you plan to do going forward. So that's why I added those things in specific to a raise. Now, this could be anything, like in terms of when you're, when you need things that you, it's important to advocate for yourself, like in a lot of different things. I mean, that scenario can go over to a relationship and asking for something that you would like to see in your relationship. For instance, if you and your partner have been going along and everything's getting a little stagnant and you're noticing that, you could say something to the effect of, hey, you know, I want to check in with you on something. You know, no, we need to talk. Who wants to fucking hear that? No one. So you could say we need to talk, or I'd like to talk, or is this a good time? But I'd always start out with, hey, do you have a few minutes, or is this a good time? If not, there's a couple things I'd love to talk to you about and get your thoughts on. So right there, you're framing it positively, and it probably is. Like, here's the thing, even if something negative is going on in the relationship, aside from straight up abuse, I'm not talking about that, but if something you feel like is off in your relationship, whether it's friendship, romantic relationships are always a little bit more, not always, family ones can be weird too, but it's kind of in that same realm. So we have a little bit of, there's a little bit of more nuance to that. But you always want to kind of go in with a confidence and feeling like, hey, you know, I have the right to be here. I am here in this relationship with you, and I want to talk to you about this specific thing. So, you know, you can, I sound crazy and just practice this in the mirror. Who cares? You know, who cares? It's important to see how you come across to people, and how you want to come across, and when you're confident and you advocate for yourself, you know, back to that partner situation, and then you can say, hey, you know, I've noticed that we haven't been, you know, doing A, B, and C as much, and I'd like to, like, maybe create an experience that's fun for both of us. Like, maybe we could go do something that's a little bit different, because we've kind of been just doing the same things, which I really enjoy. However, I think that, you know, it would be fun to go, you know, go play a game of mini golf, or, you know, I don't know. Or go bowling, because maybe all you guys have been doing is coming home and watching TV, and it's just, you know, you've lost connection. And the best way to create novelty in your relationship and to reconnect is to do something just a little bit different, and kind of either a competition or a team thing. You know, maybe you could learn a skill together, or you know, I mean, even something as simple as, you know, we haven't taken a walk around the neighborhood in a long time, and looked at houses, or I don't know, whatever, you know, whatever it is. So these are the things. Again, I'm going to go ahead and link below Charlie's channel, Charisma on Command, which I think is really helpful. And you know, if you have any other ideas for confidence building, go ahead and pop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you next week, and hope you have a good one. Bye.